In the last couple of videos I've posted, I've asked why is it so many members of the TQ cult feel compelled to be around children. In particular, why do they need to work in education? And if you're new to the channel, when I say the TQ cult, I mean the extremist members of the trans, queer and non-binary communities. The people who aren't just trying to live their lives, but demanding the rest of us go along with their ideology. So, for example, today is World Lesbian Day. So to any lesbians watching, well done, ladies. I love your movies. Let's picture a scenario. We have a man. Let's call him Steve. Steve is 45 years old. He works in an office and one day decides to destroy his 20-year marriage so he can indulge his fetish. He calls himself Abigail and dresses as a woman, or rather, what he thinks a woman dresses like. In his mind, he thinks he looks like a 1950s pin-up girl. To the rest of us, he looks like a fat bloke in a dress. He then says he's a naughty lesbian slut and encounters a woman called Claire. Claire is in her early 30s and she is a lesbian. She's very much into women's rights, and she says to Steve, no, you're not actually a lesbian because you're not a biological woman. Steve goes home and posts about this on the internet. Claire is then targeted as a far-right extremist, as a hater, and receives multiple rape and death threats. That is the TQ cult. I've covered this subject before, and I think the reasons that so many of the cult work in education is, firstly, they have a captive audience. Those children aren't going anywhere. Secondly, young children haven't developed critical thinking skills, so they're easier to brainwash and indoctrinate into the cult itself. And sadly, there's no nice way to put this, we know a disproportionate number of the TQ cult have very unhealthy ideas when it comes to young children. But luckily, at most schools today, there'll be a school counsellor. So if a child is feeling just that they need to talk to someone, they can go and see the counsellor.
School counselor, actually. Yeah.
What brought you out to DragonCon?
People here are great. Everyone's very kind. Everyone supports everyone. It's a great feel-good time to have. It's my break for the year. This is sort of my big vacation.
Where's the after party at tonight?
Usually one of the ballrooms has something going on late.
Are there like orgies or anything afterward?
I don't know. There could be. I don't know of any, but yeah, that's possible.
I'll meet you there.
He's a school counsellor. Kel Surprise. Now, to be fair to him, he appears to be at some sort of Comic-Con, so he's cosplaying. But why is he cosplaying as that character? Because to me, it looks like he's trying to come across as some sort of anime character, a manga girl, a grown man dressing as a Japanese teenage schoolgirl. Do you want him in a room alone with a young child, or any child for that matter? A man who spends his weekends dressed up in women's clothing, casually looking for orgies. Luckily, though, when children go to school, many of them will have a teacher who they can look up to as a positive role model.
Okay, so today I had a conversation with a student, and she was ranting because she couldn't quite understand how no one else in class, my classes or in the school, has noticed and commented either or about the fact that I have a chest now. I'm small for most women, especially because they're my size. They're just barely technically B cups. I've been on hormones about a year, difference from most trans women. I'm bigger, so I have more body fat for my body to work with, to move around, to make things happen. So I kind of have a cheat code that way, because your body needs fat to work with to redistribute it. But the main point is I just found it funny that one of my students, a teenager, was ranting to me about how it's so easy for her to notice. How come no one else has noticed? She's kind of got a point.
I've split that clip into two because there's a lot to get through. He starts off by saying he's small. Mate, you may be short in stature, but small you are not. You're as broad as you are tall. You don't need to take estrogen, you already have tits, or man boobs. And he says the body needs fat to work with? Well, fuck me, mate, you're in luck again. I'm guessing that man has never walked past a chip shop in his entire life. But the thing that gets me is, why is he concerned about teenage children not noticing that he's growing breasts? I say breasts for want of a better word.
she's kind of got a point. And, like, I'm not actually hiding. Purple curly hair, cat's eye glasses in the classroom, painted nails all the time, bracelets. I wear skinny jeans. I've worn women's dress pants a few times. Basically, I don't have any men's pants or anything. And then my shirts are fairly tight because that's where I'm comfortable in. Even though I don't have the best body, I feel comfortable. But I do find it funny because she's kind of right. How did people not notice? How have they not noticed B cups yet? That's just
The list of things that he goes through: the purple curly hair, the cat's eye glasses, the painted nails. Once again, we see this is a man who thinks he's a woman, thinking that womanhood and femininity is just a costume, something that can be worn. Now, I know if I decided to transition, and the chances of that are extremely slim, I can have every operation under the sun. It wouldn't make me a woman, and I wouldn't know what it's like to be a woman, because I was born male, and humans cannot change sex. And does he really look like a woman? Pantomime season's coming round again. He looks like Widow Twanky or Aladdin's mum, and he says he's wearing skinny jeans. Mate, you don't wear skinny fucking anything. And again, not having male clothes does not make you a woman. Another reason I think so many of the TQ cult work in education is that they can't hack it in the real world. As we will now see.
I was just trying to shop at HEB, and I had my dog in the cart, and they told me that I can't have him in the cart, and I asked the manager, I said, if I put him has something underneath him, can I, because otherwise it's hard for me to carry him while I'm pushing the cart around the store. And they said they would accommodate me, but then I was just shopping, and they just kicked me out. I just wanted groceries, and they kicked me out. Said that you're the manager, and you said that I need to leave the store with my service animal because you're not allowed to have my service animal in the cart while I'm shopping. Can you clarify what the rule was that I was breaking, which is why I need to leave this, continuing to misgender me? Can you go ahead and tell me why I need to leave the store again so I have it clearly documented? Thank you for recognizing. I appreciate it. Fucking assholes. It's fucking HEB. I can't even shop at the fucking grocery store down the street from my fucking house without being fucking harassed by people who come and misgender me. Tell me I can't have my fucking service animal. Take care of me. It's fucking bullshit. It's fucking terrible. Fucking goddamn Americans. Y'all are fucking horrible, horrible fucking things. I wish you didn't fucking exist.
For a moment, I thought that delicate feminine flower must be quoting from an Emily Bronte novel. Sorry, mate, you can put on as much makeup as you like and wear women's clothing, but the fact of it is, the face he's got suggests that he earns a living by shoveling sand and shingle into a cement mixer. And the reason for his meltdown, for recording himself crying uncontrollably in the car, he went into a shop and put his dog in the shopping trolley or shopping cart for those watching in the colonies. The next customer to use that shopping trolley could be putting foodstuffs in it. It's just unhygienic. And once again, we see with the TQ cult, they don't want to be treated like everyone else. They want special treatment. They want to be shown to be superior to everyone else. And the complaint of being misgendered, no, sir, you're not being misgendered. You're being correctly gendered. It is up to you that you choose to identify as the opposite gender as what you actually are. The rest of us don't have to play along with that. Now, for the most part, I think it's polite to do so. If there's a man who identifies as a woman and wants to be referred to as a woman, yes, fair enough. But we see there how polite and how well he treats other people, yet demands more respect. That shop manager is just doing his job and gets confronted by what looks like an angry hod carrier in drag. There's one clip left, and this isn't about education. I guess it's, what do you do after you leave school, after you've left college? What if you want to be a transvestite who cooks up crystal meth in the back of a Winnebago? So, Jesse Pinkman's had a fucking meltdown. That's not Breaking Bad. That's mental breakdown. We can all see that Walter White really was the one that held that team together. And that man has recorded that and posted it on the internet. Why? What is he hoping to achieve other than arseholes like me mocking him? And that's the end of this video. I think we can all agree the individuals we've seen should not be allowed within a country mile of any young child. They should not be working in education. That last one shouldn't be anywhere near a playground. If you enjoyed this video, and fuck knows why you would have done, please do like and subscribe if you haven't already, and as ever, thanks for watching. Yes, that man is a school counsellor. Kel Surprise. Now, to be fair... Oh, fuck that up. That man is a school counsellor. Now, to be fair to him, he is at some sort of Comic-Con, because it's called Dragon. It's fucking there. Starts off by saying that he's small. Sir, you are not small. You may be short in stature, but you're as wide as you are... Oh, fuck that up. He starts off by saying that he's... Shit! Moves through. The curly purple hair. The cat's... Oh, what are they fucking called? The list that he goes through, the curly purple hair, the cat's eye spectacles, and the painted nails, as if that's all it takes to be a woman. Like it's some sort of... Well, fuck it. Pinkman's had a bit of a fucking meltdown. That's not Breaking Bad. That's having... Well, bollocks, I was going to say it again.